Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I hope you're well. I'm going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Scorpio, you get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Thank you, Spirit. All right, Scorpio, you are starting out with the Page of Cups in the reverse. You have the Sun in reverse, and coming out together is the Two of Cups along with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So Scorpio, I do feel like you might be coming back together with somebody that you have unfinished business with. You may have been with somebody else in the meantime. If you had a choice between someone new and someone from the past that you felt was a soulmate, I feel like you're choosing to repair a past situation over somebody new. You're not sure how it's going to work out. I do feel like it looks as if there was somebody possibly new in your energy, but you just weren't happy with the situation. There was something that just wasn't quite right about it. And I do feel like you feel there is someone out here that's a soulmate that you really want to repair things with, because I'm getting that till death do us part type of energy. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Scorpio's energy. Show me who's in Scorpio's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Two of Swords, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Four of Cups. So this is somebody who can't stop thinking about you. I do feel like you're on this person's mind a lot. They feel like they can't escape the thoughts, and they've already made the decision that they want to try to move forward with you, to move forward to a better place here. I also feel like this is somebody who, they were a little indecisive in the past, and they wound up hurting themselves in that process. So there was some chaos between the two of you. Whatever it was you were unhappy about, they were unhappy. And I do feel like now the two of you you're like thinking about each other. Let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're both holding on to each other. There's been a lot that's gone on between the two of you, though. And I do feel like you both are kind of like holding on to the past as well. So there's baggage with this connection that is affecting it. And it's making both of you be a little bit guarded. So let me see. Show me what's affecting the connection, please. The Six of Pentacles. Balance. An equal give and take. Yeah. You both want an equal give and take. You don't know if that's possible. This person is hopeful, though. And you're both maybe a little scared about the situation. Afraid that, the other person is just putting on, the best face that they can. And maybe that's not how it's going to really turn out, at least on your side. Let me see, show me the outcome for Scorpio. Yeah, this balancing this out is a little scary for both of you, but you both really desire balance in this and in the situation. Stability and balance. It's a little much. All right. So in your outcome, we have the King of Pentacles coming out with the Five of Swords. All right, so you're looking for stability. You're looking for commitment here. This person that's in your energy with this Five of Swords, they're willing to fight for the connection, but I'd be very careful as far as your expectations. See, that's in the center of your reading, that perhaps this person's wearing a false mask. So I do feel like this person might play some mind games. They might be a little bit manipulative, perhaps. Like they do have more than one face, basically, and you've seen that in the past. So you're hopeful, you want the commitment with this person, but at the same time, you're leery, and I think you might have a right to be. You could be dealing with I would say a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, perhaps. Now, at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. This is underlying energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancerian energy here. I do feel that you love this person. I feel like they also love you, so there's mutual love. This is a shared energy. But it also tells me that you are now seated in your power, and that may not have been the case before. And so I do feel like you've taken your power back, and I do feel like you're a little bit on your guard with this person, and I can see why. So let me clarify your reading. All right, Spirit, what is this? The Page of Cups. Why is the Page of Cups in reverse? Yeah, you haven't been extending yourself towards this person because you are guarded, and you're not over what happened in the past. I think you're wondering, can it be worked out? But you also are very leery of this person because of past behaviors. And I don't blame you. Show me the Page of Cups in the reverse. Some of you may have been hoping for some sort of an apology that has never come. Yeah, Page of Pentacles and the Two of Swords now in the reverse. Now they have the Two of Swords. So you're expecting this person to bring forward some sort of an offer. I do feel like for a lot of you, there has been some communication of some sort, most likely texting. But I do feel like you've already decided that if this person comes towards you, you will talk to them. And like I said, you may have tried to date others. I definitely see more than one person in your energy, but I feel like, that they weren't for you. So why is the Sun in reverse? And part of that's because you've been holding on to this person. So you've made this decision that you will talk with this person if they come towards you. You could be hoping that they, make some sort of a stable offer. Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords reversed. Now remember, they have the Five of Swords in the upright and the Page of Cups. So you may have been, this person may have left you out in the cold. There's a sense here of you feeling rejected, abandoned. It was after a very difficult period where there was a lot of mind games or manipulation, and you tried to move forward. You were very unhappy though, and there's this energy of deep loss. So I feel like you may have been avoiding this person for a minute. You may have found somebody new. You didn't feel happy in that connection, and then you ended that. Part of that too is because you realized you still have feelings for this person. There could have been some small contacts, here and there. But ultimately, you were trying to avoid having any further conflict with them, but you felt very rejected, a deep sense of loss and a lot of rejection. And you're not completely over it because you feel like this person fights dirty, that they They use mind games. They manipulate. Show me the bottom energy. But you do love them. And I do feel like you want to talk to them. Show me the bottom energy for Scorpio. All right. The Hangman. Knight of Swords in the reverse. The Two of Wands. And the Five of Wands reverse. Yeah, you don't like conflict at all. So, I do feel like you've waited to talk to this person. You've waited for them to come towards you in a truthful manner. You've waited for them to try to resolve the conflict. You do feel they owe you an apology, but you may not ever get that apology. And I think that's one of the things you're wondering. Are they ever going to apologize? So I can see you waiting for communication, waiting for the truth, waiting for this person to, apologize, to resolve the conflict, feeling like things weren't completely over, open to resolving things and coming back together, getting on the same page, because ultimately you would choose this person given the, choice, and you actually have. You didn't feel like any of these new people in your energy was the person for you. You would have rather have repaired, the situation between you and this person. So you definitely have some deep feelings here. Let me look at their energy. Show me the Two of Swords in the reverse for Scorpio, the person in Scorpio's energy. All right, they could live at a distance from you. That might be part of the problem. We have the Chariot in reverse. We have the Hierophant. All right, so I do see this person not moving forward. There's a decision that they've made, and I do feel like either somebody has guided and coached this person or had some impact. It could be a religious leader or somebody that they highly respect. It could have even been a counselor. This person might have gotten some counseling because they were feeling very stuck in their energy. And I do feel like they've been holding on to you just as much as you've been holding on to them. And I do feel like this is somebody who has decided that you also are the person for them. You might be dealing with a Cancer sign or perhaps a Taurus. Show me the Six of Swords. Ooh, Ace of Cups just flew out. Show me the Six of Swords. They don't like giving up their energy. I can see that. When I shuffle the cards on their side, it feels almost like the energy is so slow. It feels like when you're trying to walk underwater. Yeah, the World in reverse and the Ace of Cups. So both of you have this feeling that things are not over between the two of you. You both have the World in reverse. So you both want to work things out. You both feel like, things are incomplete. There's unfinished business here. For them, they want this new beginning. They definitely do. They have already made the decision. They want to leave all the chaos of the past behind and then move towards, this renewing of this love. So let me see the Four of Cups. At some point, they may have said, okay, well, I have to move away from, Scorpio, but they couldn't forget you. And the more that they tried not to think about you, the more they did. This was very confusing for them. We have the Eight of Cups and we have Justice, Libra energy. So yeah, this person definitely had choices. They also were aware that the universe was balancing things out because you had a lot of choices too. And this plagued them. Like they thought about this all the time. And it made them feel insecure. It made them feel angry. This is part of where you're seeing these mind games from. So I do feel like this is somebody that is aware that you have other choices. They could also be going through, with the Hierophant and Justice here, they could be going through some sort of a legal process. There's something, you know, with legalities for some of them. But in any event, they think about you constantly. They definitely want to balance this out. They want to have a renewal. So let's look at the energy between. They're trying to figure out how to approach you. And unfortunately, this person, I feel like, is a little immature. And so when they come towards you, they may not come towards you in the best of ways. You know, some people would rather they'd rather have the attention, even if they have to do something that's negative in order to get the attention. So let me see the Four of Pentacles. But you don't have to do that. That's not necessary, you know? Just be honest and authentic. So your fear that this person could be wearing a mask, it's probably very valid. And then the moon comes out. Yeah, the moon comes out, which tells me that this person is very secretive. And I also have to tell you, this person is the type of person, Scorpio, that they will hold on to their secrets to the end of days. They will never tell you where the bodies are buried. This is somebody that you can't make them tell. So they definitely have some secretive energy here. All right, we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So what the energy between the two of you is, you are both holding on to each other, but you're also pretty guarded. So this person doesn't want to move forward, even though they want this commitment with you. You're feeling like, you know, you'd like to talk to this person, but you also feel like they owe you an apology for the way things ended, for the lack of stability, for the unhappiness that was here. And I feel like both of you are kind of holding on to your stance in this situation, but you're simultaneously holding on to each other's energy. So it looks, I have to be honest, it looks like it's a little bit of a toxic connection at times. Show me the Six of Pentacles. Show me the Six of Pentacles. So what's affecting the connection? It's clarified by the Three of Pentacles reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed. This person might not have been faithful to you. You both are feeling the loss, but you feel that this person broke a contract. It could have been a social contract, a verbal contract, or it could have actually been like a marriage contract for some of you. But you do feel that this person has been uncooperative. You feel like they owe you an apology. You may be like recognizing now that they play these mind games and you don't want any part of it, because they really, that kind of stuff makes you feel, you know, isolated, rejected, and unhappy. And so you're very leery of this person. Do you want to balance it out? Yeah, but they owe you an apology. In their energy, this person wants to have the feelings and emotions and the love, but they're not coming forward with the stability and with any kind of commitment. And so this is what makes you feel that they're playing mind games. And I have to say, I think you're right. I don't feel like they're trying to build a solid foundation, but they don't want to let you go either. And that is toxic. When somebody, they want to hold on to you, but they don't want to do what would make a happy relationship, that's toxic. So let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Scorpio. Show me the outcome for Scorpio. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, the way things ended, the feeling of loss between the two of you, you're both, by the end of the week, what I see is you both kind of weighing up the pros and cons if this can actually be worked out. Can it actually be balanced out? Now for you, Scorpio, you're going to be looking at this, you know, and saying, I am very devoted to this person. I would choose this person. However, I don't want the conflict of the past. I don't want the unhappiness from the past. And so you're kind of holding back here. You do feel this person owes you an apology. Why are you holding back? Well, because you're waiting for the commitment and this person's withholding the commitment. So you're kind of weighing this up and saying, I don't know. So a decision has to be made on your side as to whether you're going to accept this person as they are or not. And I feel like most of you are not. You feel that this is unstable, and you're basically saying, I'm not falling back into that trap. But it is your decision, and I always tell everybody, make a decision that is in your best interest. Don't do what a tarot reader or a psychic or family or friends tell you, because you're the one who sleeps in your bed at night. Now, this person in your energy, they're trying so hard to figure out how to balance this out, how to come back in and create balance. On the one hand, they want to do the right thing, but on the other hand, this person is very confused. They do play a lot of mind games, so you're not wrong about that. And they have a tendency not to think very, you know, from a very long-term perspective. And so this person's not offering what it is that you're looking for. And they're trying to figure out how to manipulate the situation so that you're still an option in their life, but that's just it. You would be an option in their life. You want to be the priority in their life. So they're trying to figure out how to go about bringing you back in, but under their terms, basically. Yeah, and they're going to deliberately create some confusion here. So be careful with that. I also feel like this person does not, they have very difficult relations, particularly maybe with a father figure or a father. This is somebody who has a difficult relationship with close friends or family, and they don't feel very well supported by family in particular. I feel like this is somebody who has a father or a father figure who could even work in the law or military in some manner, but this person is highly manipulative. So is there love here? There is, but are you dealing with somebody who's able to show you love in the way that is healthy, you know? And that's something that you're trying to figure out. You're trying to weigh it up. Bottom of the deck is the Death card in the reverse. That's underlying energy. And it just tells me that, you know, even though there was an ending here, there is a lot of love that's still here. There's a lot of unfinished business, but there's still a lot of baggage. So you're sorting through it, basically, to decide, is this the right connection for you? All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card, Scorpio. We'll see if there's any advice. All right. You have number 45, and this card is called Sad Embrace. Now, 45 does condense to a 9. This tells me that you're very close to an end of the cycle, one way or the other. And it's really going to hinge on a decision that you feel is balanced for you. So give me a second and I'll read this. It says, loss is a part of life. Let go and allow time to heal you. You may be entering into a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you're having to let go of a long-cherished dream. If so, take heart, for this ending may have been for your highest good. A better and more powerful dream will be realized in your life if you can accept the loss. Relationships based on faulty foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception. If your expectations weren't met, a sense of loss arises along with sadness and grief. Express these emotions. Tears are like healing rain that can restore life to a parched inner landscape. Growth is always assured. Whatever the loss, however great it is, let go and experience your feelings so that you may soon see what beauty lies ahead. So that's basically, you know, the universe saying that if you can release and let this go, you do have something much better waiting for you. All right, I hope that this has been helpful, Scorpio. If you've resonated with this reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you have the ability to do so. Until I see you in your next reading, Scorpio, know that you are loved, and namaste.